हाय एवरीवन, वेलकम बैक टू माय चैनल। आई होप आप सब अच्छे होंगे यार। तो अभी हमारे आइसर टीवीएम में हमारे लेक्चर हॉल कॉम्प्लेक्स का इनॉग्रेशन हुआ था। तो वहाँ पे प्रोफेसर मॉर्टेन मेल्डल आए थे। ठीक है, मॉर्टेन मेल्डन जो कि 2022 के नोबेल लॉरेंट रह चुके हैं, नोबेल प्राइज़ विनर हैं ये केमिस्ट्री के 2022 के। तो यार बस इनके साथ काफ़ी अच्छा इंटरेक्शन हुआ, स्टूडेंट्स का, प्रोफेसर्स का। ठीक है, तो काफ़ी अच्छा रहा, काफ़ी इंसाइटफुल नॉलेज आपको मिलेगी। आप देखोगे कि एक नोबेल प्राइज़ विनर कितना हम्बल होता है, कितना ग्रेटफुल पर्सन होता है, उसकी पर्सनैलिटी कितनी अच्छी होती है। इस वीडियो में मैं पूरा कवर नहीं कर पाया, जितना कुछ हुआ है मैं इस वीडियो में कवर करता हूँ। आप प्लीज़ पूरी वीडियो एंड तक देखना, आपको बहुत कुछ सीखने को मिलेगा। ठीक है, तो आगे आप कंटिन्यू करो, बाकी लाइक ज़रूर करना। ठीक
Golden
है,
signature. Very proud to be beside Emmanuel Charpentier.
ओके, थैंक यू यार। आप लोग पूरा वीडियो कंटिन्यू देखना।
So these guys are called Japanese horseshoe crabs. They are harvested for their blood, used in medicine to detect very, very minute amount of bacteria in your blood in the hospitals. They do that by encaging the foreign organism by two macromolecules, and then it injects these molecules you see up here in the corner. They are sort of cannonballs of toxic effects for the bacteria. Because of this immune system, the innate immune system, these have survived for 400 million years. And the compound that we are interested in is this target-placing 1. It looks like that. It has two disulfide bonds. And we were then asking the question, can we substitute these two disulfide bonds with click reactions in order to get the same activity, the same fold of the peptide? So we synthesized with the triazoles and different linker lengths, and we investigated by NMR, could see it forms this dimer cell membrane like the bacterial. It forms a pore, and through this pore you will see all the content of the cell is floating out of the cell, and the cell dies. So that's how that works. It's very difficult to make resistance against such a physical antimicrobial compound. And with the triazoles were active for all of these bacteria, whereas one of them, Bacillus subtilis, the target place in the natural one, was completely inactive, showing that there's some sort of resistance, probably through disulfide bond reduction. And now we're back in Stockholm here, and this is the moment, the big moment where you get the Nobel Prize. So you hold the king's hand. You hold the king's hand, and you can see it. It looks like this. So you get it for a short while, but then you have to give it back. And I was scratching my head, why do I have to give it back? I thought I got the Nobel Prize. But the fact is that this is because, like myself, many of the Nobel laureates are very old, because it took 30, 40 years to prove that it was important what they did. And some of them have lost a little bit on the way. So this is why we get it only on the last day, like this, before we go home. So here's another example of use of click reactions. This is a protein that is a protease, and we are expressing this, and we are not getting anything out of it. It's just micrograms of protease, and everything dies. And that's because proteolytic enzymes hydrolyze the host cell's protein. So the cells die on the way. So that's a very important problem in biotech. And we asked the coli if they liked that, and they did not give any positive response. So we thought we would cut this activity by simply cutting the protein in two and expressing them separately in two jars, getting two fragments that we could then combine After expression, we got system, and the way that we think it could be done is simply by making a very coherent system from first grade. 5 minutes each week, first grade, of videos where the teachers actually have to deal directly with the content of the video, made by scientists, 5 scientists and a couple of animators and a couple of didactic people that can transfer the information to the kids. Would be very good. So you call this artificial intelligence, you get your video material sent to you, and then this can also be translated to any language in the world. So I think that could be a really, really good initiative. So most discoveries are disruptive. Most important discoveries are disruptive and are serendipitous. We don't know what we're going to discover before, because if we knew, somebody else would have known it a long time ago. So it's normally observations that are most important in science. Observe something, find the odd behaviors, and this is where the novelty is. Today all research is sort of financed, at least in Denmark, in one big pool of research money for applied and fundamental research. And all the time you sort of shift all the money towards the applied, right? Because that's pressure from industry, pressure from politicians and so on. But I think it's completely wrong, because the future is in the fundamental research. That's where the long-term land gains are. So I think we should actually split these up completely, have a defined amount for fundamental research and one for applied. So this is the last day, and this is my wife. She was very proactive in getting the creation from the Institute of Arts at the Stockholm University, who created that on a mannequin in the museum. She got that in 2 days, a refit for her, and she took it to the great ceremonial dinner. When you dress your wife up like that, you risk this. This is Prince Philip, and she was seated between Prince Philip and Prince Daniel, and I was sitting down there in the back. But that was actually okay, in particular because next day we went to the Royal Palace and we got a good seat there, and this was where I was seated. So with that entertaining image in your minds, I would like to thank all the people who have been behind this invention. And I would like to thank the Danish National Research Foundation, Carlsberg Laboratory, University of Copenhagen, Claus Bock, Michael Boltz, and Christian Wenzel Tornø for this fantastic trip around science.
Did chemistry throughout your life?
How can you be bored with what I do? I have so many nice students that I teach. I have this. Just think of it, I'm 70 years old, I'm almost brain dead, and I have like all these young people.
That's this question to you. Don't you feel like all I do is study, study, study and nothing?
No. I feel study, 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 nice paper, wonderful students. I have students in almost every leading...
No, maybe I think you should say wonderful students like you.
Yeah, like you.
This is like the second question about being bored. First of all, if you're doing what you love, what you're really interested in, then it's hard to be bored. That is not the same as saying there will not be boring tasks. But when you keep your mind on what is it you want to achieve, this is what keeps you going, because you are curious, you want to know. Your experiments will fail, you will try it again. And to the question about qualities, resilience is also a very important quality, to take the failures and use them as motivation.
And if you think about the day tomorrow, if you think right track.
Now, sir, I think I would like to ask you now. Wait a minute. I would like to ask you now, because the time given to me is almost getting closer. Now, I would like to ask you, can you continue here for some more time?
We have a lot of other interesting things to do
Okay.
in Kerala, so thank you very much.
Okay, I simply would like
Very
to
nice
say,
to be here.
I would like to simply say this, right? We are all very grateful to you for your gracious time and spending time with us. I think thank you so much. Please join me in thanking Professor Meldal and Pedra together.
Friends, please hold on for a couple of minutes. I'm sure you will all agree that it has been an amazing experience to understand the journey of Professor Meldal, the discoverer of the crown jewel of click chemistry, through his own lens. As a token of our appreciation, may I now invite our director, Professor J.N. Murthy, to hand over a souvenir to Professor Meldal. Professor Murthy.
Wow, look at that. I would like to open it and show it to the people, of course I would like to. Thank you so much. Look at this.
I think, I'm sure you all will be pleased to know who has done this, a spouse of a faculty member, Professor Mahesh Hariharan.
We are indeed very honored to have you amidst us, Dr. Fedria. Thank you very much for sharing your thoughts with us. Your work at Provoke is truly an inspiration to us. As a token of our appreciation, Professor Murthy will hand over a souvenir. With this, we come to the end of the program. Thank you all for joining us this afternoon. Have a great day. Thank you.